Welcome again to Collective Konversations, a roundtable series that bring community voices, business insights, and real-world issues together. Featuring guest speakers, each session inspires growth, connection, and practical solutions for everyday life. Today we have a special guest, a husband, a father, a local assistant principal, loved by many and respected by all, Mr. Cam Shannon.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes,
sir. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
First, I want to say thank you. This is a great opportunity. It's a blessing.
Yes.
A little bit about myself. I'm married to my high school sweetheart.
That's great.
We've been together 15 years. We've been married 7 years. We have three children, which are all boys. 6, 2, and 1. All right, so our house is pretty wild. Like Coach mentioned, I am an assistant principal now.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Follower of Christ. I love to be involved with the community, do things for children. That's pretty much it.
Very humble.
Oh, I
Very
appreciate
humble,
that.
Very humble. Very humble. That's one thing I noticed is very humble. You said like you said before about your children. You know what I mean, right? I seen them in you in action.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Seen you in action with,
Yes, sir.
And they gravitate around. That's a great thing, though. You know what I mean, and to see you carrying them around all over the place, and that's what your brother Damien had said.
Yes, sir.
Same thing. Now then, he said that was a great thing for them to grow up together, and I think that's a big thing when you have that brotherhood and also can share it with others. So that's a testament to both of you two. For those things as well. One thing about being an educator, right? Tell me a little bit about what school did you go to? Did you go to Concord? Is that where you went?
Yes, sir. I obtained my bachelor's and my master's.
Oh, really?
University.
Okay, good deal.
Yes,
Good
sir.
deal. And so it's in education, is that what you're?
Yes, sir. Education, physical education was my bachelor's, and my master's was in administration.
Okay, good. Good. So, kid Cam want to be an educator or what? What do you think?
So, as a child, I never even expected, just being honest, I never really expected to go to college. It wasn't a goal of mine. It was never, I've never seen, for my family, anything like that school-wise.
Right.
A lot of high school dropouts.
Same.
So the middle school education. So I never aspired to go to college. It's something that I never wanted to do. But being around, my coaches and other teachers as well, just teachers, they influenced me to really try to pursue school because they will always tell me basketball will only take you so far.
Right.
Because my heart was basketball, bro.
Right, I understand. So you said, okay, so never really grew up thinking about it.
No, sir.
Was there any teachers back then that you kind of, that kind of gravitated toward?
Oh, yes, sir. I can give you a whole list. A whole list of teachers.
Right.
From elementary school.
And I think that's, so grooming. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Grooming to see what the model, how a good teacher is, and have some good mentor or mentors, or should I say?
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely.
Was school hard for you at being young?
School was never hard for me, but having being consistent with the school, that was a strive for my family.
Right.
We bounced around a lot from house to house.
I got you.
And so we changed schools a lot at the elementary level.
Okay.
So I never had that foundation as far as staying at a school and just growing at a school. We bounced around a lot. We moved. And then, so I think that right there it shook us up a little bit.
Right.
But even then, switching all those schools, there was always someone at that school that always touched me, that I always looked up to, of course.
That's good.
Yes,
That's good. Because I wanted to say, so being an educator, right? Now, so where you fall at as far as your brothers and sisters, what age? Is you in the middle, you're older, or?
So my mom, we have a huge family. My mom has 6 children.
Okay.
I'm number 5 out of 6.
Okay, so were you helping homework and all this other stuff too. That's what I was getting at, because that teacher got to be in there somewhere.
So
You know what I mean?
it's just crazy. You may not believe me, but my mom, you can call my mom and she'll tell you this. Even though I was number 5 out of 6, if you came and you viewed us, you would think I was the oldest. Because I'm the one who's settling fights at the house. I'm the one who's waking them up to go to school. It was me who was, I was really like the big brother of the household.
But when you say that, and Elder McCray, Mike can can attest to this. In the Bible, it talks about the younger. You know what I mean? Not the younger being the lead in many ways, all the way from Cain and Abel. I mean, so it's always and Jacob and Esau, and you keep on going. Yeah. David, Joseph.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's sometimes that is innate in a child, right? But it's a gift from God. I believe that it's a gift from God that happens. But you said so. Absolutely. It isn't really crazy, because that's one of the things. But you can see that, and like I said, even now I'm sure you all still close knit, but still having that rock, that foundation, right? It's a great thing, and that's what I like I said, it was one of those things, getting you up here, very, like I said, very inspirational. Really, one of those things, a lot of work on the community side as well. You know what I mean? That a lot of people, some people know, but a lot of people don't know about, and those things. Mike thinks the world of you. Elder McCray thinks the world of you as well. So it's great to have them here too.
Well, also Cam, as a young individual as you were, you always, had that great personality that would, show people that, go to camp. You know what I'm saying? If anything is going on, to solve a problem or stop a fight or, whatever it may be, even when you're playing video games.
Yes, sir.
We ain't gonna talk about that. They said go to Cam, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you don't want to try to play him, but I'm saying, because you're going to win, but but you've always had that great fiery, beautiful attitude to be able to help kids. I didn't know that, you were going to become an educator when you was young, but I knew that that God had great things for you. I can say that. From knowing you from when you was a young man. You know what I'm saying? So what a great opportunity it is to have. We could go on and on and on. I ain't gonna keep that.
I appreciate it.
But we can go on and on and on. But tell us a little bit more about your, educational part, as far as, going to college. Was that, something that you thought would stop you or you couldn't finish or what?
So college definitely intimidated me because, like I said previously, I never had that example, at least for my immediate family, to look to for that. So I remember playing basketball, and I got a call from a college coach, and he told me, he said, "Listen, I want to offer you a full ride."
Wow.
And, I'm not gonna lie, I told my mom was there. I started crying on the spot, like, wow, I'm gonna go to college. I couldn't even believe it. But I was never intimidated by it. When it had happened, of course, I told him, I'm like, listen, of course, I want to go. I want to do this. But I hope that answered the question. But I just couldn't believe it.
Well, college. Some people say college is not for everybody, but I think college is for those who really, want to strive for something more in their life. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when you were working over there at Kroger's,
Yes, sir.
I thought you was the manager over there.
In command of the produce. Right? Really, that's what it seems.
Absolutely.
It really
everywhere you went, it's not like you demanded attention, but the attention came toward you because you had that great attitude that you have right now.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. You're welcome.
So I had the privilege of working with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See him in action. Huh?
And all my life, we just talked about being around kids a long time. The way you interact with the young adults, the young children, is different than what I've ever seen before. Can you tell me what your philosophy is? How you like to interact with the kids? Let us know. Because like I said, I already know.
Yes,
but for
sir.
some of the people that don't know, let us know what's your philosophy with getting to the kids? Because you get to them well. You relate to them and they gravitate towards you.
My philosophy, and like you said, I don't want to make this religious or anything like that.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
No. We say whatever
you need. Whatever you need.
So, it does say in the Bible, and there are a few things that I tell myself every day. And I even tell the kids, I'm like, listen, I tell these things to myself every single day. And so one of those things I tell myself when I wake up is, it says in Matthew, St. Matthew, that these children, their angels are always beholding the face of God.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if you offend one of these little ones, you know what it says next, that it's better that you put a millstone on your neck and you be drowned into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So I take this very seriously. All right. So when I'm around a child, and coach would tell you, me and him the same way. I am watching what I say. I'm watching what I do. I am on my P's and Q's at all times around a child.
Right.
Because a child, everything you do is a teaching moment for them, whether you accept it or not, because they're watching your every single move. So I am very strategic with what I say and what I do. So my philosophy is definitely, I just tell myself these things every day to remind myself. So even now, even as an assistant principal, because I was a gym teacher with Coach Folks for a long time, for almost 7 years we were together, and then here recently I made a change, and I'm the same way with him too. There's no different. I'm not changing who I am, regardless of my position. When I'm around a child, I'm very, very cautious of what I say or what I do around them, and that's why.
Well, you have an attitude of a big brother. And I know you're not the big brother of the whole family. I already know that. But you have that great attitude as a big brother, to help little kids out. Because when you get it, I've seen you work with little kids, in different places.
Yes, sir.
But you didn't know I was there. But that's okay. But I've seen that connection that you have with them, and Don has the same connection with children, with people. He has that same fiery attitude. Both of y'all, I can compare both of y'all together. Put y'all two in the same room and y'all will just light it all up. So both of y'all got the same kind of, composure when it comes around children. You don't want to see anything bad happen to them. You want to see the good to come out of it. And we thank you for that. We appreciate we applaud you helping children and things of that nature. So tell us a little bit more about this, this principle. I mean, how you like it, do you?
So I can go on forever because
all right.
Being the principal, at first I can't even believe that's my title.
Mercy.
I can't even believe that.
Right.
It's like I'm still in awe. You ask my wife, I go home, I'm like, I can't believe I'm a principal. Just the fact that, because I never see a lot of, us in positions like that. So it just really shocks me. I'm very grateful and humbled by it.
Praise God.
I'm sorry, I don't know how else to answer the question.
But I think now that you're in this role, or starting to be in this role, because you've been there what?
So this is my second week.
So a lot of what you were doing the first previous 7 years, is prepping you for this.
Definitely, I definitely.
I mean, because it's a lot. Because yours is more, dealing directly straight with the kids.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I see. I mean, I'm on the outside looking in. But I'm gonna go back to your teaching days. I mean, in elementary, as far as with physical education, what can we do on the outside as a community, as a nonprofit or whatever, to help with some of the kids that are maybe struggling as far as educational wise?
Okay.
Educational wise, I mean now, because I tried, like I was telling you previously, we're trying to help attack illiteracy and try to. But what could we help? Because you're in there, and Brian. Coach Neighbors was here. I asked him that because he was in the school system that just last year or year before. So what can we do on the outside to help with these things?
That's a great question. Now that I'm a principal, I am really involved with IEPs.
Okay.
That's individualized educational plans.
Right.
Right. So that means their children are really. So I get to see where children are flourishing at,
right,
and I get to see what children are kind of struggling with.
Right.
Well, it's kind of getting very, very, very repetitive. And I'm looking at your flyer that you showed me in the poster you showed me. The reading skills, the ELA, the math, those scores are really dropping a lot. At a lot of schools. Okay, and I think you already hit the nail on the head with the reading part.
Right, just trying. Just trying to be. But I mean, I respect the teachers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I really do. You all do an amazing job with the children, and it takes that mindset. that cautious but safe mindset in order to deal with the kids now. Having that, sometimes I believe can help. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I've dealt on the other side as far as going and helping with some behaviors then. I mean, it's a little different now with school, but that's one of the things that I see. So we're definitely not trying to replace the teacher.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes, sir.
But just like playing basketball and anything we do, even in following God, anything we do, we have to do extra, even when it's not. So not only on Sunday, if it was going to church, you got to do it every day.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Same thing with basketball, right? When you was practicing basketball or getting ready, it was an everyday thing. It wasn't a 1-2 time a week thing. And I think reading is the same way. Because once they get there, think about it. You had to have done these things when you were little, right? You know what I'm saying? But now it came second nature to you then. But now it's so great when you went to, like you said, college didn't really intimidate you because you was ready. Some of these people aren't really ready, and I ain't say I blame myself, but I want to be a part of that, the part that helps more than the part that doesn't. Because it's not, because then we see them, then we wonder why they're 18, they don't have a job, they they go to the street. Well, I don't want them to, right? But what do we want to do now at this age, even if they are 18? Because like I said before, we have things in place, hopefully that people can catch on to. They can, even with their R18, they can still learn how to read. Because it's 40 million people in the U.S. read on the third grade level or lower. Out of 340 million, which it don't seem like, but it's a lot.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And it blows you away that this is happening. But then you see, well versed and things like that. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but if you say we're on the right track, then we continue to do that, right? And to be on the right track when it comes to those things. Now, math, I don't know a lot about that part, but math involves reading, though.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So a lot of that, when the reading suffers, the math sometimes suffers as well.
Yes, sir.
And that's one of the things. Now, let me ask you this, because we had a lady, in here previously, and we had spoke a little bit about autism. All right, I want you to touch on that part, but do you in gym dealing with kids with autistic, right? Is there a special way or a different way to deal? I'm just asking because my son is autistic, so that's why I asked that. As far as with those things.
So it all depends on the student.
Okay.
Because you have some students with autism who are very high functioning, where you were to talk to them, you wouldn't even know that they even have autism.
Right.
And then you have some that's low functioning.
Right.
Where it's evident that something's going on.
Right.
But yes, you have to deal differently.
Because they're physical.
Yes, sir.
They're physical, but they got to channel it in a.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. I guess more than anything, because my son runs around, but he doesn't run around as far as like with any kind of his activity is his own, on his own. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine how to channel that
So I've been in the autism room a lot.
Okay.
At Ridgeview, where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really learning, because there's a wide range of, like I spoke on earlier, there's a wide range of autism.
Yeah, right.
And which we didn't really deal with at Creston.
Okay.
Ridgeview has their own autism program.
Okay, good.
So
good.
I was in there today, and I'm just sitting there and I'm trying to learn and figure them out. I'm learning too. The teachers are showing me, my principal is showing me everything too.
Right.
And I'm trying to, but when it comes to physical activity, you can't really stress out if you're trying to show them physical activity about doing everything perfect.
Right, I got you. Okay, good deal.
The movement is the most important thing. As they're moving around, you have some type of a little bit of structure to it.
But so I guess that's one of the things I was saying, because when it comes to that, burning that off is something that's needed as well. Mm-hmm. But also, like you said, not so much stressing them out with certain things. But I was talking about that too. But let me ask you this: so with that being said, as far as physical education but those things kind of are paramount with in college. What was your major in college?
So my major was physical education.
Right. So it was physical. So was there a big difference between learning? Because we know you've seen our phys ed teacher, but there's a lot to that. It ain't just all day just go in there and do exercises.
So if you do it the correct way,
right?
And I'm not trying to call anyone out.
Of course not.
No, never.
If when you really look into physical education, it's a simple concept, but it's also complex too.
Exactly.
Very complex.
That's right.
Because gross motor skills and fine motor skills.
Now we're getting to some of the things.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
I mean, so it's really tricky when it comes to that. That's why I said that. That's great, though. I mean, that you chose that, and then, like I said, for now, you continue it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Continuing. So, I mean, because that's a lot when I say about students now, some of them, they get active, right? Is that what helps calm them down? Or if they get them active, not like running now. I ain't saying like that. Not like did Coach Folks, did he coach you?
Yes, sir. He coached
Okay,
me.
we'll get in there in a second. We'll get in there in a second. But you know what I mean? Not that type, but definitely doing some things to kind of burn off a little bit, you know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what helps, as far as.
Definitely.
I mean,
There's a lot of I won't get too nerdy in here, but there's a lot of studies that show physical activity, it heightens the brain activity. So you can take a child who has no physical activity, you look at the brain movement, there is no brain movement at all going on in the child.
Okay.
You can take the same child, have them do a physical activity, push-ups, or have it play a physical game, or have them running around jumping and playing. After it's over, the brain is now lit everywhere. It's lit, so they're able to retain more information.
See, that's
yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, definitely.
So that's a good thing. So basically, tell me about Coach Folks when you first encountered Coach Folks.
So Coach Folks, let's see, he coached me and he coached against me. So he know all my strengths and my weaknesses. But Coach Folks was one of the ones I mentioned earlier. He was a positive role model. My biological father was absent, but God sent, my stepfather, which is Uncle Michael's brother. Mm-hmm. So he came in our lives and a very positive role model for us. And then we had my coaches like Coach Folks. He was one of those coaches that you can tell even to this day, he just has like a genuine care for kids. It's just genuine. He wants to just help, So Coach Folks coached with me. He coached me and he coached against me.
So that's one thing. I mean, like I said before. So was going against him, I was going to ask you.
Well, going against him was, we knew what he could do.
He knew his potential.
We're going back to Major League Football.
Yeah.
I mean, I coached him middle school, high school, but we're going back. I coached against him in midget league, and he was one of the ones like, okay, we got to figure out. Just make sure number 9 don't. I remember that number. Make sure number 9 don't catch the ball.
See, let me tell you. I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna let you get back to it, but I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know who Cam was. I really didn't know because I wasn't from Beck, so I really didn't know. But when I saw him, and he was great in basketball, but I thought football, good and gracious. I mean, I seen him out there. I was like, man, he catching everything and stuff. I'm like, man. So I was wondering. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, I may not cut him out. What do you think? Did a part of you want to play football in college or not really? Not really.
No, sir, I didn't.
Really?
No, sir. No football at all. I
Really?
only played it because the coaches would always ask me every year. But if it wasn't for them asking me, I wouldn't even.
Really?
Yeah, see, I remember once he got to high school, he still was playing football, but he always was trying to figure out get to the gym.
Yes,
like,
sir.
No matter what was going on, practice,
with that basketball,
he needed to get to the.
But which one was natural?
So from everyone outside of me believes that if I would have pursued football, I'd probably been more successful.
But yeah, I understand. I understand.
I'm gonna tell you a story with Cam. Maybe 11th grade year, AAU went to Pittsburgh, and some coaches called me about him. Like, we like the kid, we like him. And I told Cam, say, some coaches coming to see you this weekend. So, Cam, like you say, opportunity to go to college. He was excited about it. By the time we got to Pittsburgh, Cam got sick, and you could tell he was sick. And I remember telling him before, I said, Cam, if you're sick, just don't play. And he said, I gotta play because he wanted to try to go to college. You know what I mean? He wanted to try to go. And he went out there anyway. And he'd tell you now he didn't play good. He was awful. I told him afterwards that he probably should have sat down without Cam. But he wanted to give it a try. You know what I mean? But after that, I think it even heightened him even more. It was like, okay, this opportunity went by me because it wasn't my fault, but he wanted to get in the gym more. He wanted to work more because it was within reach. Like we talked about, anything you want, you got to work for it.
Yes, sir.
Once that happened, he was like, I can do this.
Amen.
I can do this. And it went to even more higher level. And I just always remember that. Just right after Pittsburgh, he'd come back. He's in the gym. He's ready. He was like, I'm ready, coach. I'm ready. I'm going to school. Thank you, but I got more work to do. And so when he went to Concord, I was like, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
So being around the young children that you are around now, and I know you're going to be a great positive investment into their lives. But being around the young children that you're around now, do you see any young Camerons around? I mean, do you see any young Camerons, that you say, well, maybe I can, push myself more into this one or that one, or do you see any of them at this time? Even in just the 2 weeks that you've been there.
So, I know I'm in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
God definitely showed me that's where I'm supposed to be at this moment. There are students there. Now, my previous school, it was a really good school. It's a really, really good school. And the school I'm at now is really good too. There's a little bit more discipline issues at the school I'm at now. Mm-hmm. So I really get to lock in and focus on that. So when I was at Crescent, at my previous school, I didn't really deal with discipline like that.
Right.
And there wasn't a lot of discipline problems there. My job was physical education, but here as an assistant principal, a large percentage of my job duty is dealing with discipline.
Right.
So some days I'm dealing with discipline all day, but I'm really it's a genuine trying to help this child out. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna just write you up and send you. No, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, like getting the thought process. Well, you responded this way. You could. Something else could have. Like, is there another way you could have responded to that? I'm really trying to help.
Right.
And I had a story from a teacher. We had a child who got in trouble. Came to my office. I was talking to him. He gets in trouble quite often. But I didn't know that at the time. This was last week. So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, you know what, young man? I'm going to come check on you. I'm going to write this down. I wrote it down. So I'm going to write this down on my planner. I'm going to come check on you in a few hours. All right? So I sent him back to class. A few hours go by. I'm like, you know what? Let me go check on him now. So I went back to his class, and I checked on him. I asked the teacher if I could talk to him for a second. I pulled him out of class, and I was like, so how you doing? Everything good? You didn't call it off? And so I sent him back into class. And then later on that day, his teacher came up to me and was like, I can already see the impact you're having on him.
Wow.
When he came back into the classroom, he has never. She said he had a glow on his face that I've never seen him have before.
Wow.
Because someone just cared.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a great thing.
That's it. Someone just cares.
Influence.
That's it.
And I think that goes to, I'm here because I know a lot. With being with you, your golden rule. What's your golden rule?
To treat others how you want to be treated.
Others how you want to be treated. So every day after gym class, Mr. Shannon and Cam say, what's my golden rule? They all say, treat others as you want to be treated. And he does that daily. So switching over to the administration side, that golden rule, sometimes like leaving gym class, we test him a few times. He always, at the end of gym class, he would say, what do you say to a man? No, sir. What do you say to a woman?
Yes,
man.
sir.
We go through all that.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
We'll give him about 10 seconds, and I'll come to the gym, and I'll say,
Yeah.
everybody having a good day? They say, yeah. And we be like, you missed it. You missed it. So, but going over to administration, that golden rule, I would say, comes into play because you showing them how you treat them. Like you just now said, the way you treated him is going to transfer over to how he treats other people. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Coach. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that's the thing. I think, when, like I said, even now when I see you currently, you was at your old school then, but just coming to support the kids, them coming up to you, even with your kids around, just coming up to you and, and saying hi, all the kids basically. But you also coach, right?
I coach, yes, sir.
Right. You used to. Now tell me a little bit about that experience. Because, I know, you had a child, so you had to step away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there any, now you got the assistant principal and then the principal, so it's going to be hard. But tell me about the coaching experience, though, a little bit.
The coaching experience, I coached for 3 seasons.
Okay.
1 elementary, 2 at the middle school level, at Park Middle School. And Coach folks know, because I tell them all the time on how much I loved it. I loved it. So everything about it. The discipline, the structure, I mean, everything that changed my life as a child. I'm sitting there, whatever Coach Folks, Coach Kid, and neighbors, they all taught me, I'm literally teaching exactly what they taught me to other children.
Good.
So I loved everything about it. When I had to step away because I had my third son, it was tough, but that's when God opened another avenue up. You know, and I was telling Coach and our Pastor Floyd, he was over at the FCA, that when I had to stop coaching middle school, you know, God opened up another door for me. I still coach, but not in the same way. I'm coaching FCA, so we're still helping the kids out. Coach Folks will tell you, he was part of it this past season. I'm still coaching basketball, except with a cherry on top. We get to coach basketball, we get to pray with the kids openly, and we get to talk about Christ to the kids openly.
Wow.
No, what's this called? I know, but so everybody else will know.
So it's called FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
All right.
So y'all started, and I know you. Yeah, and then I want to appreciate the donation for the shoes that you gave.
Well,
I mean,
yes, sir. Well, Coach Folks orchestrated all.
yeah, but and you know, and
We
for
need
me,
shoes.
and for me, I'm telling you, well, Coach Folks was up there.
Yeah, he was the mastermind. He was up there like
but
that.
he was up there today. You just don't know, though. I mean, we don't know how blessed we are. You know what I mean? Until we see those that are not as fortunate as us. You know, and so while they seem like, and I know for you, you know this. The shoes, it went a long way. I mean, trust me, it went a long way. I mean, it was a good, you know, a great event.
Yes, sir.
And
Definitely.
that's a great event. But you know, so it's always, you know, people like yourself, FCA, helping out, right? And I appreciate it. I mean, but it's not about, like I said, it ain't about me. I mean, it's more about the kids and the people, you know, and really looking out for them. So FCA, and would love to know a little bit about it. But you know what I mean, a little bit more about it, because I would, you know, like to get involved in, because just by myself, I ain't got nothing to do with the summit, but just by myself getting into it, because that's what I like. You know what I mean? I like that because it's a great thing. When you, like you said, cherry on top, and it is. It is, because it's lasting, long lasting. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, something that I'm into. I didn't know that, and then when he said his job was, I didn't know. I knew he said he would go up there, but I didn't know. I was like, "What do you do up there?" I said, "What you do up there?"
Talk about that if you want to.
What you do up there? And he said, "I'm the MC."
Yes, sir.
And you know, I mean, so I know the atmosphere is great. I mean, for the kids, I mean, and that's a great thing. Like you said before, and you get to sit down and talk about Christ. You know, Mount Hope. Mount Hope had a league, and then they did some sort of similar. I mean, it wasn't
yes, sir.
exactly.
I'm familiar with that.
Exactly. So it's something, you know, they have Bible study and stuff like that. So it's a good thing. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. I think that's the thing. We talked about it this morning with another guest, but, you know, it's just one of those things when your eyes are open, it's a little different. When your eyes are open to, you know, to the Spirit and to Christ. And I'm not getting deep into it, but I'm just saying, it's different.
Yes, sir. I concur.
Every time I've ever encountered you, you're different. You're just but that in a good way. Not even saying like getting in a good way, but that's the you know, the purity and the sanctification that Christ can have on you. I mean, it's to separate, because I mean, it leaves a long lasting effect. You know, that the odor that stays. You know, like when we have perfume, or not us perfume. Don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that. Cologne, right? Cologne. I don't wear perfume. I don't wear no perfume. I don't wear perfume. But the lasting effect, you know, somebody come in and then you can still, you know, that aroma. But that is the goodness, though, and the kindness that somebody has. It can leave the same effect as what a cologne, or perfume would be. I mean, as well. So I mean, and that's what I see. And, you know, this is not me, and I know you're very humble. So it's not, you know, us putting you on a pedestal, because of course it's not that. But it's just the fact of seeing someone to be able to carry these things out. It is good. It is a great thing to see. You know what I mean? And that's why I said, you know, so having you on here, having other guests on here are very great, because it's something that others can see as well.
Yes, sir.
Others can see as well. Like and like, tell me a little bit about this though. I'm gonna switch up a little bit. But you a dancer? Are you? Now here, he didn't tell me this. Now I'm gonna tell you how, because I told you I officiate, right?
Oh yes, sir.
So I go dress.
Okay.
I go dress in this locker room, Then I sit there and see. At first, I would always see his picture because it was in there. Because I think it was his office or in that one room.
Oh,
right. So then the next time I was going, I said, "What is this?" It's like a ball, and it has this thing on his back, and I said, "Oh shoot, he's dead." I know you said you were going, but I didn't even know why because I didn't think. So you participated in one, right? Is this not right? Dance, or was it Beck the Dance of the Stars? Wow. So you're a dancer too.
So I'm not a dancer. I'm not a dancer. Man, that experience.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Folks was there. He was there firsthand. He saw it too. He was able to witness it. I mean, it was amazing.
That's great. That's great.
It was amazing. You know, my partner was Emily Williams. Well, I was her partner, and I mean, together we raised $90,000 for that organization. It's called the United Way.
Okay.
We came in first place with that.
Wow!
Right.
Congratulations!
And then, thank you. Hey, listen, that's above me. That has to be from the Father.
There we go.
So then after that. In addition, we came in first place with the dance competition.
All right,
so yeah, that's why you saw those two.
Okay, yeah, I did see.
We had
I
two
did see too. What is this?
I have pictures on my phone. Me and Coach Folks taking pictures together with the trophy.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's a good thing.
A lot of fun.
Yes, but for charity, and I knew it was a charity event.
Yes, sir.
I knew it was a charity event, but I just didn't know, like I said, for those things. Just like I said earlier this morning. I'll be amiss to not. No, your wife is a teacher as well.
Yes, sir. She's
right?
a teacher.
So she taught longer than you have, or
so she's been in the education, maybe like a year before I started. Yes, sir.
But you all feed off each other as far as insight and being a teacher.
Oh,
right?
yes, sir. Definitely.
Right. So I mean, so y'all got a complete teacher.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, y'all go over the goods and bads.
Yes,
I mean, I ain't saying kid Pacific, and I'm leaving that conversation out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But definitely the manner, of how to handle certain situation.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a great thing. I mean, it is somebody that I work with. We mentioned that, and because you was coming up, and then we mentioned, who your wife. Oh yeah, so it was always that's a good thing as well. I mean, and I know, like you said, you have 3 children.
Yes, sir.
3, right? So now raising them up, right? Tell me about being a father. A little bit about that.
So I stated earlier, my biological father, may the Lord rest his soul.
Right.
We never had a father-son relationship.
Right.
So that part, I had a huge void in my life in that instance.
I got you.
But then his brother,
right.
His brother married my mother.
Okay.
So he came, and if anyone who ever asked me who was my father, it was Robert McCray.
There we go.
That's my father. So God allowed him to come into my life.
Right.
And, kind of close a little bit when I was a little older, but he was there as a positive role model for me. But me having my own kids, I mean, all of us have children, so I mean,
right?
Can you really put it into words how much of a blessing it is?
No,
it's hard work. It's hard work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I love being a father.
Right.
I mean, I love it. My boys looking up to me every morning. They come up, give me hugs, and and knowing that it's me that's shaping them.
Right.
I'm not gonna let anyone else shape I want to shape them to how I want them to be. Through Christ.
That's great. That's good.
So. I mean, everything about it. The hard times is worth it, and the good times.
With them, but I do have to ask you this because I do see you on the front row, right? And they're all there. But being that they're stair-stepped, right? How tough is? I mean, I don't want to say tough. It's not tough. It's a blessing. Don't get me wrong. But how do you manage it? Should I say more than anything?
So I don't really manage it, but my wife, my helpmate,
right?
My rib,
right.
I couldn't imagine doing it by myself.
Right.
No.
My wife definitely brings that balance.
I see her.
She's more organized than things than I am, but
they're all in need of something.
Yes,
and that's so that the caring for them. Because to me, I can only imagine. I got 2 kids, but they're spread apart as far as the age. But I mean, and just giving them that equal. Not equal, but. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I see what. Yes, sir.
That's the part. I mean, you, a couple of Damien, but they're stair step too.
Yes, sir.
So just definitely having that right kind of mix of so they can get what they need. You know what I mean? That's it. So that's in itself.
Yes, sir.
Something that does.
It's a task.
Exactly right. It's a task that we're worthy and want but it is something that, we have to look at as well.
Well, I commend you on that because, like I said, being with your oldest been in school with us, I see how you interacted with him, and it's hard to be in your position, say, as a teacher and have your son there with you. And the way you separated the two, you know what I mean? You didn't let him come, daddy, 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 leave, none of that stuff. You go to class, your teacher's in charge, you know what I mean? So I commend you. I seen how that worked. And then when you left, right, and we discussed that you was going to leave him there, all right? Well, I don't know if you know. Well, you know, because he probably told you, but, when I talked to him and I found out he said he was leaving, he's not going to stay. And I was like, Jonas, you leaving, this is going to be your last couple of days, you're going to miss your friends, whatever. His words to me was, yeah, but I can go to Jackson. That's all he cared about. So that's meant to you, because all he wanted. He has 100 friends over here.
Yeah.
He loved those kids at Crescent.
Yeah.
All he cared about, I get to go daddy. And of course, I seen the pictures. He smiled real big.
But you got to think a lot. I don't know a lot of people that get to do that though. You're doing it currently, and you're doing it as well. I don't know a lot of people that get to even to do that part. Is have the kids in school with you. You know what I mean? So that's a blessing in itself, I believe. Just to have that, grow in like you said, grow up that way. But be in the educational system. Like I said, we don't see it a lot, but it's something that is there, right? That's the thing. But no weight on your shoulders type thing. It's more of just doing what you do, right? Sticking to the things you have, the rules that you have in place. I think that's I think all of us. I heard you say that, about definitely respecting, being careful, and being. I think a lot of people need to follow that. But are we man enough to say those things? Right? To say, I need to shut my mouth, or I need to not say that. Think about what I'm talking about.
Sir.
It'll get a lot of people and keep a lot of people out of trouble. You know what I mean? And that's and I do believe that. And we can say biblical whatever, but a lot of people we need to, because we're molding these kids, right? And you see, you're young now, but wait till you see these kids. Definitely some of the kids that you even with 7 years, shoot, that's good enough to where they at least be in what? Because they at least be in 12.
Yes, sir.
Some of them now are hitting the 12th grade,
yes,
right?
Sir. Some are. Yes, sir.
Ain't that crazy?
Yes, sir. That's crazy thing.
You know what I mean? And you said that they probably come up to you and speak.
Yes, sir. They do. Yes, sir.
And they sound different now.
Yes, sir.
But they're still appreciative. So I can only imagine being a teacher to have appreciative. Some of the kids are, and I think that's a very valuable position and very vital position that we need here in America. I really believe that it's something I see now. There's a big shift. Not getting into that part, but it's a big shift in schools and different things like that. As far as with different teachers going different places. But I want to ask you this question about being stable, right, in school. That being up there 7 years at Crescent, being in a stable environment as far as that goes, is that paramount with school as far as finding kids that really can come in a kind of confide? Because do they take phys ed every year when they're in elementary? They do. Well, they don't so much in high school or junior or middle school. They don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I ever even took it. I really don't. I don't even remember. I'm old, but I don't even know if I ever took it. But what I mean by that is just having the consistency, because you're more than that. You know what I mean? The counselor as well. Even though that's not the title, but it still is something that they come to, right?
Definitely.
And now look at the position you're in now.
But you're not just a principal. You an uncle. You a dad. You a friend.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I remember you and Larry coming together.
Yes, sir.
I know.
Yes, sir.
Go back a little way. I see Larry. I see you. You are a lot of things to so many people. How do you juggle all that? Because I know everybody wants your attention. How do we come to get Cameron's attention? You know what I'm saying?
So, if I may, Uncle, before I respond to that, he said something that I really want to touch on really fast, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
But you said something about in physical education, do they have to take it all the time? Well, physical education in elementary, in my opinion, if you ask me, is probably the best spot to be if you really want to impact children. I'm going to tell you why.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to tell you why, all right? So I've been a gym teacher for 7 years.
Okay.
And I have, at the elementary level, I have a relationship with those kids that no other teacher can have. And I'm going to tell you why.
Wow.
I have those kids every other day. For 6 years, I've had them every other day. So I really get to know them.
Right.
So they wonder why, man, all the kids love you. Well, it's not even that. And I get to really talk to them all the time. And I really get to be there with them. Every other day I'm having every kid in the whole school. For 6 years or 7 years. So we get really close.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, that's the best. If you really want to impact children, that's the best spot you want to be. You see them all the time. I'm talking to them all the time. So I think when people say, well, yeah, they love you, but after I really analyzed and thought about it, I mean, I'm with them all the time. You're with them one year, and then they're done. They're moving up to the next teacher.
True.
They had me the whole time in elementary school, every other day.
Okay, and then you can get his question. When you were in school, did they kind of teach you that's how it was going to be?
No.
But that's crazy to me. I never even thought of that like that.
So I know we ain't got probably much time left, but I always reflect back. This is something I always do. Now that each time something changed in my life, I always reflect back. I know why God had me as a gym teacher was because that was one of the reasons right there. Not to teach them gym.
Right.
I get to impact I'm with these kids. I get to mold them and shape them. Next thing you know, they're using my slingo. They tucking in their shirt because I was tucking my shirt. It's because I'm with them all the time. That was the reason.
They see the discipline inside of you.
And that's great. That's great.
Wonderful.
I do believe
so
that.
great.
I do believe that.
That's so
I'm not answering the question. You answer the question. Of course, it's about you. That's saying it. You molding is what
Absolutely,
I mean. That's a great thing.
That's the perfect spot to be if you're looking to like. You have some teachers, this is in any profession, who don't really take it serious as they could. That's in any profession. But then you have some people, like Coach Folks, like you, who genuinely really want to, make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking to make an impact with kids, I mean, to me, that's one of the best places you can be.
So now it's funny you say because we had a discussion before you left was, Cam, you with these kids every single day.
Yeah.
Every single kid.
Yeah.
How are you going to adjust to not being with every single kid every single day? Because I know the passion that you had. But then just talking to you from being there, I can see the passion that you have for what you're doing now. Tell us about what you have to do to get. It's only been 2 weeks, but I already can see it in you. You know what I mean? Because I told you straightforward, I was worried about you.
Yeah, so you did. Yeah,
I was worried about you not being able to be with the kids every day because I know how much that meant to you. So what did you do to cover that?
Coach, that's a great question because now that I'm an assistant principal, I have meetings all the time. I'm dealing with discipline, so I can't have that same relationship as far as like that. Yeah, how I had at Crescent as a gym teacher, but. If I get a spare moment, you can ask my principal at the school. I'm going out there.
You zipline.
I'm ziplining. I'm ziplining with the kid. One day I only had like 10 minutes to spare. I went outside. I'm having recess with them.
All right.
Or I may go into the gym. Go into the cafeteria. Check this out, Coach. You gonna like this one. You all gonna like this one. I went to the cafeteria. So Coach Folks kind of revealed one of the things I would do every day at Crescent. I would do the manners and I would do the golden rule every day. So, I start, hey, listen, that's me. That's who I am. So I'm doing the same thing at my new school at Ridgeview. So I'll go into the cafeteria and I'll say 1 clap. They all 2 claps. The whole cafeteria is quiet. All right, this is a big school too, by the way. This is a huge school. So they're all looking. What do you say to a man? Yes, sir. To a woman? Yes, ma'am. What's the golden rule? They all shout it. So what I'm saying that to say is, even though I can't be how I used to be at my previous school with that job, when I get any moment of any second, I'm doing class visits. I'm walking in the teacher's classroom saying hi to all of them. I'm giving hugs to all of them. They're getting off the bus. I'm giving them all high fives. All of them. Every single kid. I'm giving a hug to every single child that walks by me. If they walk past me and don't shake my hand, it's because they didn't want to do it. But I'm at least offering it to them.
That's right.
I'm not making them, I'm offering it to them.
Right.
So it makes me appreciate the time I have even more because I don't have a lot of time. That's how I used to. So I'm doing whatever I can.
That's great. And I think, and I see
That means a lot.
That
That
does.
means a lot.
I mean, that passion. I mean, you can't find that. I mean, you can, but like I said before, but it is reaching the kids that way, letting them know you want to give a little effort. You know what I mean? Even a high five, like you said. I mean, even saying hi to somebody is a big thing.
Absolutely.
In the morning. Good morning is a big thing to say to someone. I mean, and that's the thing that I start to see, in a lot of different people. But
Yes, sir. Yes,
definitely
sir.
something where at a new job, definitely getting that. But that's what they see. You know what I mean? That's what they see. One thing, I start to see though, when that happens though, a lot of times the stay might be there. And I don't know how long you'll stay there. Hopefully, as long as you want to stay, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But my thing is, teaching others that is a big thing as well. Is teaching others, how to react in that way. I mean, maybe some won't do it, but maybe some will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that's that's the key. I mean, I really think that. I think there's a lot of great teachers and great principals and vice principals as well. I mean, assistant principals, I've seen it, a lot. I mean, but even the school my son goes to, Stanford, I see the principal every day. Well, I ain't been there very long, but still,
Yes,
that
sir.
matters.
That
You know what I mean? That
does.
matters,
That does.
to see a
Yes,
kid. I mean, and
yes.
be visible. And,
Yes, sir.
things
Yes,
like
sir.
that. Miss Daniels is the name, but I see her every day, every time I go out, and that means something, man. You know what I mean, to me, and I like that part of it, because it's been a long time. I mean, my daughter's in the 12th grade in Woodrow, so it's a little different. When it comes to that, it's a little different. Have you haven't taught? You've only taught on elementary level.
Only elementary.
Only elementary. So, but that's a good thing too. I mean, because it's a little different, in middle school. But you coach middle school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, as well. So, I mean, that's the thing, And I know before we quit, I want to just touch on your relationship with Damian Thompson. So I know you and him are really very close.
Yes,
I mean, that's the thing. He seems to think the world of you. I'm sure. I mean, does that mean a lot to you? That the friendship, that brotherhood y'all have.
So Damien, I was just talking to him last night. Yes, it means a lot. If I can even frame it that way. I mean, I was talking to him just last night about, man, and this is what I told him. I thank God for you, because I was a freshman at Concord. He was a senior at Concord. We got to play one season together. Okay. And in that season, just having somebody from Beckley on the team, all the other guys from all over the place. You know how it is. We got some from overseas. We got some from, all over across the country.
Right.
So, but just having that guy from Beckley and with me, he was a big brother to me.
See.
Anytime I needed to go home, come on, you can ride with me. He give me rides home, going back and forth, drive me back and forth. He charged me gas money. He don't laugh at that. If you see it. He charged me gas money because at times, but you know what? He was always there for me, man, helping me getting me tours of the campus. I mean, the reason why I went into PE, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm doing PE. I'm gonna be a gym teacher." I'm like, wow, man, that sounds fun. That's what I want to do too. So everything he was doing, I was doing.
Right.
I go in the gym, he's getting shots up. Shoot, I'm getting shots up too because I see him doing it.
That's
So he really was a big part of my life at that time. He was a key part of my life, and I know that's why God put us together.
That's right.
And then to be with him after that,
Right.
Damien's in the foxhole with me. Anytime I'm doing something, he right there beside me. Anytime he's doing something, normally I need help from him. He fixes my house. I mean,
we talked about
Yeah,
that.
he talked.
I was about to say.
Anytime I
Cam said my water heater busted. Damien,
Yeah,
call it
fix
that.
it. I need to do sink.
Yes,
Damien
sir.
came.
There are a lot of young, inspiring people here in Beckley, and of all races. Okay, but one thing I will say is, about you two, definitely, different backgrounds. Don't get me wrong, but still, very, intuitive of the things that y'all want to do, and very, very, vibrant in doing them as well. He's down flourishing at in the prison system,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
And you in the educational system. So I think
Great job.
those are great things as well. To see you two do that. And like I said, there's others too. If they hear I mean, like we find them, we want to talk and celebrate them. It's not all about, that, but it is about letting somebody see that you can inspire to be
yes, sir.
a PE teacher or first of all, college graduate, right? PE teacher, father, husband. You can be these things, and it doesn't have to be on a negative light. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like that. I mean, and that's why I said, and that's why I commend you for coming. Really, because like I said before, I know you're super humble. I mean, you always have been. That's a great thing. That's a good trait to have. But it's just sometimes just seeing somebody. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's assistant principal. That's a big thing. You know what I mean? That's a big thing, and that's a good. You know what I mean? But it's on right. And I think to inspire others who may want to do it too, who may not have had a plan to go to elementary school, go to college when they were little, right? Because I think, like you said before, sometimes I never did. I mean, because I didn't know anything about, school or anything like that at all. I didn't. You know what I mean? I love my parents, don't get me wrong, but we didn't talk about that. You know what I mean? And that's okay. I mean, that's okay. But through the things the sacrifices that they made, sacrifices your mom made, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, got you here today. And I think I commend your mom. I commend that because I think sometimes we overlook that. You know what I mean? We overlook that because nobody has a perfect childhood. I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't. But I think sometimes we linger. I think times we linger in the past about that, but then it doesn't bring us any further though. And as far as where we want to go, we can't look in the rear view to get to where we got to go. We can. You haven't, right? And a lot of people haven't, Damien, as well. So I commend you for that. I mean, but just tell me one little thing though. All right, what would this, right? This assistant principal, I don't want to put the name on it, but this Cam here tell the 8-year-old Cam. What would he tell him? What would he tell him at this stage?
What I would tell him is what you have on that wall right there.
I can do.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know the things that God has allowed me to accomplish. I didn't even know it was even possible for me to do.
Wow.
So I would say I can do all things through Christ.
Wow.
Who gives me the strength.
Right. That's something, man.
Anything you want to accomplish.
I mean, like I said before, and I know like I said before, we go a lot of places on Kollective Konversations. Don't get me wrong, but it means we lead back to this a lot. Don't get me wrong, but but I always say, and somebody told me this, you can belong before you believe. You know what I mean? You can belong before you believe, and it's one of those things. But seeing people like yourself come on, and then always give reverence to God. That's a big thing, and hopefully, one day everybody can see that. But like I said before, that's their walk. Don't get me wrong, that's their walk. FCA, like you said before, is definitely helping young Christian athletes, right? And athletes itself grow and learn about that. And I want to do the same as well. Like I said, I commend you for coming. I thank you for coming. I really do.
Thank you, yes, sir.
I know you're busy. I get that too. I know you're busy. I'm getting ready to go to a trick or treat thing here in a second.
Okay,
too,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the thing.
Yes,
it's like
sir.
just being connected, staying connected. And I hope our sky's up for you as far as your education, education career, as far as where you want to go. But I think you have the foundation. You have the foundation of what needs to happen.
Thank you, sir.
Like I said, these two gentlemen, they think the world of you. I do too. Think others do as well. But I think we need to definitely have good role models.
I'd like to ask one more question though, please. Your interaction with the curriculum that you're in now, and with your other workers, that are there with you, like you assistant principal, so you're over them. What is your interaction with them now? How do y'all, all treat each other? Do you find that you have people that you can depend on, or do they feel as though they can depend on you? What is your, with your coworkers? How is things, in that area like that?
That's an excellent question. So when I approach everyone the same, whether it's a child, an adult, everyone, I approach them the same exact way.
Absolutely.
And how you doing? I talk to them, and then I'll say, how can I serve you? How can I help you today?
Right.
I know. So most of them say everything's good, but you have there very few that say, oh, this, and that, and that's what I'm doing. Whatever they ask me to do, I'm helping them. I'm serving them. I don't view myself as above them. I guess even the ranking order, I guess that they would say that I am.
Right.
But I mean, I'm trying to serve them. I'm trying to help them out.
I think that's a great thing.
That's good.
And here at some
Thank
collective,
you
we're
for
trying to
your
do the
answer.
same thing.
Thank
Well, I
you.
think
Thank you.
you're right.
That's a good one.
We're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to serve others as well. We have a couple more new, definitely new things we're getting into. We have it already, but now we're calling it TSK Learning. That's when we have the Lit Lab Go for the young kids, the elementary school kids, and then also we have the middle school as well, and where we use definitely IXL in order to help with the reading. But we also have another called Next Chapter that we're doing, and it's for older kids as well, and we're using that's called Learn and Upgrade. We're going to put more information out about it. I mean, it's going to be an app that you use that you can the comfort of your home or wherever you want to go in order to help strengthen your learning. I mean, and strengthen your reading. It's a big deal, and that's one thing we want to do. Also, just real quick, we have another avenue we're going down, which is called TSK Pathways. That's where we're going to teach about youth opioid prevention, and it's a problem in our in our nation, and I think we need to get ahead of it before it gets too bad. And I think so preventing is definitely better, being proactive than reactive, and this is what we're going to do. And the last one is Summit Sustains. It's a nourishment network that we're going to start. Trying to help with healthy meals. We already and serve others as well and help others. So I just stay tuned. We'll put more information. We'll definitely have more collective conversations out here. Definitely great guests like yourself. I mean, like I said, I really appreciate it. I really do. But we'll bring you more. And I thank you all for joining. Please like, share, and follow us. Okay. And then, like I said, follow him. And a great story. And I mean, a great man. And so
Appreciate
thank you
that.
all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.